everyone. I'm Mr. Brooks, the band director, and I wanted to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about my connection to September 11th, 2001. I was in seventh grade at Hillside Avenue School in Cranford. It was a beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky. At about 10 o'clock in the morning, all of the students were called down to the auditorium for an assembly. Similar to what Mr. Short and Mr. Harris did on day one, we were all expecting this to be an assembly to remind us about the rules of the hallway, the rules at lunch, how to change classes, et cetera, et cetera. But we didn't actually have a presentation. We just sat there. Around 11 o'clock, we were sent back to our classes, and we started to hear rumors. Plane had hit a tower in New York, a high-rise building collapsed. So many different things were going on. And at the time, we didn't really have cell phones or even smartphones for that matter. There weren't even really a ton of computers in each classroom. I remember in Cranford being lucky to have 3 or 4 computers in a classroom, but I digress. I was worried about my grandfather, who worked in a high-rise building in New York City. He has a prosthetic leg. So while walking was not a major issue, I feared him leaving his office due to an emergency. Going up and down stairs would have been a major challenge for him, even then. When school ended, I ran home. I never ran so fast in my life. And I had one of those wheelie backpacks, so you can imagine me trying to dart up and down hills and around streets with this little rolly backpack on. I'm sure you're all laughing at the moment. When I got to the corner of my street, I saw something really strange. In the driveway, my mom was standing waiting for me. She never waited outside. I knew something was wrong. I ran as fast as I could and asked if Grandpa was okay. Is he okay? Is he okay? And she said, yeah, he worked in Jersey. He wasn't in the New York office. He's okay. And then with tears in her eyes, she managed to blurt out, but we don't know about Scott. Scott was my stepfather's nephew who worked for Cantor Fitzgerald, one of the companies that rented out a lot of space in the towers. And unfortunately, he died on September 11th, along with almost 3,000 others. The day before this horrific attack, Scott worked for Human Resources. Now, Human Resources is the division in a company or in a business that helps you when you're hired for a job. They tell you how to get your health insurance. They tell you where to work, where your first day will be. And they also tell you how to get your paycheck, which is very important. They also are involved in terms of termination, whether you decide to leave a job or you're asked to leave a job, you're fired. So, it's a pretty important job. Scott was told by his boss that he needed to fire 51 people, and he did. And as horrific as that sounds, and as brutal as that sounds, he did his job as he was told on September 10th, 2001. Unknowingly, he saved 50 lives. So why am I sitting here and telling you all of this? Well, as horrific as September 11th was, I remember September 12th, 13th, and the weeks following the attack to be days of hope. People cared for each other. The phone in my house was literally off the hook because people kept calling and asking if everybody was okay and what can we do. People were there for each other. And I think that's an incredible message to share as we head into the beginning of a school year. We're past the beginning days where you're still figuring out where you're going for each class. You know how to use your lockers. You know where you're going. And you're starting to make friendships, which is phenomenal. And we want to see that. But I'm sure as you walk through the halls, there's a person to your left or to your right that you don't talk to. Now, you're not going to be best friends with everybody in a building, but we should all be friendly. So make it a point to say hi to people as you walk through the halls. Not to disrupt your classes and make sure you're following building rules, but take a moment, if your teachers allow you, and get to know people in your class that you may not have seen before. Let's turn September 12th into a day where we do the right thing. We show compassion for those around us and ensure that everyone knows that they are welcomed here at CMS. Thanks for listening, guys, and have a great day.
Good morning, CMS. It's Monday, September 11th. I'm Angel.
And I'm Adam, and let's go right into the news.
Attention current NJHS members. Please check our Google Classroom for important information.
Softball tryouts are today after school. Please get your equipment from room 206 and head to the gym locker room.
Have a Patriot Day.